What I want to talk about today is, as it goes on and on and on and wears you down and keeps on going, how do you cope with that? What does God help you do? Johnny, 45 years you've been in this wheelchair. Then, a couple years ago, I hear you have breast cancer and you go in for chemo. And then on top of that, the bone, your tailbone, your sacrum there is splintering, and you've had operations where they never even gave you anesthesia. And now you've got screaming pain throughout your body. And I'm saying, all right, if you aren't the one that can talk to all the people that are suffering out there, I don't know who to invite, okay? So I'm asking you, let's start with this thing. You got pain right now? I watched you take the pills right now. Same thing for Michael. You're hurting right now. Let's start with the cancer. This is like Job 1, 2, 3, and 4. Give me an update on the cancer, and then how is God helping you through all this?
Well, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, a 3-inch tumor in my breast. I went through a mastectomy and a very rigorous time of chemotherapy, which ravaged my already frail body. My thin bones, very porous. Pain was off the charts. Nausea, sickness, my eyebrows falling out, eyelashes, my hair. And my husband, Ken, is driving me home from chemotherapy one day, and we started talking about how suffering is like little splashovers of hell. Like little, whoa, what was all that about? Like, wake up. And then we started thinking, well, what are splashovers of heaven? If the splashovers of hell are those things that God permits so as to wake us up out of our spiritual slumber, what are the splashovers of heaven? As we drove up the road toward our home and pulled into the driveway, we paused for a moment. And I said, you know, Ken, I just don't know that splashovers of heaven are those days when things are easy, breezy, bright, and comfortable. I do think that splashovers of heaven are finding Jesus in my hell. To find Jesus in the middle of your splashover of hell is so indescribably sweet. Because I just do not think that I could daily take up my cross with confidence did I not first embrace the cross that Jesus took up on my behalf. There's nothing sweet, nothing satisfying about cancer, quadriplegia, pain, if I do not first find sweetness and satisfaction in His cross. I think my life is one big flannel graph of Philippians chapter 3, verses 8 to 10, where the Apostle Paul says, I want to know Jesus. Oh, yes, I want to know Jesus. I want to know the power of His resurrection. Bring it on, Jesus. I want to know the fellowship of sharing in His suffering. Well, and then he beckons me into this inner sanctum of that fellowship where I am to become like Him in His death. Bingo. That's what my life's all about. Jesus has whispered in my ear, the core of my plan for you, Johnny, is to help you get rid of sin. And I'm going to help you in the strangest of ways. Your pain is going to be a dark companion, but a companion nonetheless, though it be very dark. And so daily, I become like Him in His death. I pick up my cross daily and die to the sins that He died for on His cross. That's what it means to become like Him, to become symbiotic with Him in His death. I die to the anxiety. I die to the fear of the future. I die to the discontent and malcontent of not wanting things to be this way. I die to that, Jesus. If I could but exchange it for your life, your peace, your contentment, your joy, the sweetness, the savoring of that aromatic embrace of the Savior. That's what my life is every single day. And cancer was just one more push, shove further down that cross.
Were you surprised?
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't want your viewers to think that I've got this all figured out. I'm no veteran. I'm no professional at this. I am not a strong person. I am the weakest of people. But I know enough that when I wake up in the morning, I'm needing Jesus desperately. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, you know, he allows all this too because he can really trust you with it. And I said, no. He allows it because he knows that I know I cannot be trusted with it. I'm the least likely candidate to enjoy life in a wheelchair. Remember, I'm the athlete, I'm the hockey player, I'm the rock climber, the beach camper, the tennis player. I'm the least likely candidate, but I also know enough about me to know that I'm going to go where the hope is, and that's at the cross. That's at the feet of Jesus.